Today's vlog is brought to you by Absolute Charm Vacation Rentals. What are you doing?
But where are we today?
We're at Frankie's on Maine, which is an experience. It's a restaurant, but it's also an experience. Like, this is one of the places that anytime we bring friends to town, we come and eat at Frankie's.
I have to give them some shots of Frankie's.
Yeah,
Tell them about Frankie's.
So Frankie's lives inside the Britton and Coots Bank building. It's a historic bank building from the 1850s. I'm pretty sure from the 1850s. Absolutely extraordinary building. And 3.5 years ago, our friends Kathy and Frankie Munoz opened Frankie's on Maine, which is this like incredibly cool, eclectic eatery. It's one of those places you walk into and you go, this is in Natchez, Mississippi.
We're on vacation
we're
now.
On vacation. We're in Europe somewhere.
Yeah.
It's awesome. We love to come eat here. So since we passed our inspections yesterday, we decided to have a celebratory lunch at Frankie's. Any excuse to eat at Frankie's. Although I wasn't dressed. I always feel like I should dress nice when I come to Frankie's. Not nice, but like nicer than normal. And I'm not dressed. I'm in work clothes at Frankie's. I'm a little uncomfortable.
It's okay.
But
there's Frankie.
So yeah, they did. So those of you who came for our Restoring Hope weekend, this is where we had our breakfast, which was spectacular. And then our Faith, Hope, and Love dinner at Hope Farm with the Mediterranean food was catered by Frankie's. The chef Hakam is like our man. We love him.
He's our man.
He is incredible. He'll always come out and shake your hand and say hi and ask you what's going on and have a little chit chat. And he did all that delicious Mediterranean food for us. He's from Jordan, so it's like the real deal.
He knows what he's doing.
It's not from Cisco Mediterranean food. It's from Jordan. Yeah, we love it.
So this is one of the reasons it's fantastic. They kept all these columns. All this stuff is original to the bank. But they also kept these teller windows to separate the tables. Isn't that fantastic? I love it. They've got this great like copper bar over there, but this is a cool place. A must. We tell everyone, come to Natchez, go to Frankie's.
Eat at Frankie's.
So tell them what you got for our septic system, right? And then
I don't understand. Is it a joke? Or is it serious? Because the rest of them were like, don't get it in your eyes, don't make contact. So anyway, this is I'm sorry. This is an enzyme cleaner for your septic system because the cottage has a septic system and it's supposed to like clean out your septic system naturally.
and you're reading.
I'm reading the caution. Keep out of reach of children. Check. Do not leave on metal parts. It'll oxidize. Check. Do not eat or make eye contact.
All right.
Check.
Make eye contact?
Or allow eye contact.
Don't look at it. Don't look me in the eyes. Do not look me in the eyes.
No, you're making a mistake.
Okay, and then the last one.
Do not play in the street while using this product.
I mean, it's, that's good advice for any time.
I'm not reading it incorrectly, right? Do not play in the street
I'm going to have to turn on the
while
lights
using
before I
this
can read
product.
Hold on. I mean, that's good advice for any time. I think that's every warning should have that.
Generally excellent
Don't play in the
advice.
street. Here, let me see.
Don't play in the street while using this product.
Do not play in the street while using this product. Wow. That's exactly what it says.
So,
I mean, there's no like laugh emoji or...
I guess my street play is off today. Dang it.
Dang it.
Okay, I'm going to go put these in the toilet.
Are you going to help?
I'm helping. We keep the toilet closed.
Oh, there we go.
All the time.
Let's put it right in there and then go play in the street.
Good job, buddy. Take it to Daddy.
Good boy. Good boy. Oh, Jack's got the ball.
Uh-oh.
Jack's got the ball.
Uh-oh.
Like to play keep away.
Yeah. Here, Daddy, I was giving it to you.
Jack got the ball. Uh-oh. How's Stanley gonna play with the ball?
You cannot have it. You cannot. Oh. Jack. You give Daddy that ball.
All right, Jack, drop it. Hey, stop. Come on.
No, I'm not.
Jack. Good boy.
Are you so fast? Are you so fast? Okay, bye. See ya. Okay, see ya. It's hot out here, Daddy.
You can video me saying, under no circumstances allow anyone, including yourself or Toby, to weed eat down my zinnias. Because I had some seeds that I had saved from Pearl, okay? So, like collected, stored, saved, planted them in the flower bed. Toby weed eated them down.
Where'd you put them then? Let me know.
All around the outside corner of the fence.
Okay.
So, some of them are already coming up down there because I planted them last week. Little tiny baby zinnias. And then I just planted the rest of them around the fence.
All right. Let's see if we can grow some zinnias.
Zinnias.
It rained, which means we're gonna have some yard treasures to uncover. And I see a piece right here, and I think I saw a little piece. I think I saw another little piece. Can you spot the yard treasure? Play, can you spot the yard treasure? So this piece is right here. Yep, that's a piece of salt glaze. Really, really early salt glaze. And then I thought I saw another piece. These are the zinnia seeds. Let's see. Did I actually see another piece, or was it like tape? Oh, it's blue. That's just tape. So, that looks like the yard treasure for right now. Stay tuned for more yard treasure hunting every time it rains. I knew we'd find more because it rained. Let's see. A little piece of blue and white. Let me see if I can get it in focus. There we go. And then right here, a little piece of mustard where a lot of this comes up. A lot of that comes up. So, more treasure.
It's finally happened. We have both a kitten and a box. So we have a kitten in a box. That was ridiculously exciting. It takes very little to entertain me.
All right, Lane, where'd you leaving? We're trying to decide because it looks, a lot of this looks like pine.
So we're
And
calling the expert.
Where'd John go?
Right there.
Come in, John. Tell me what you think it is. Well, Eddie thinks it looks like pine too, and I think, well, some of the boards look like pine.
2 for pine,
And so-
1 for cypress. And then we got the expert.
He's gonna do the scratch test.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's Cypress.
Don't
Cypress
question.
for sure, yeah.
John and I'll be the expert team. You two can be the
Oh, shut up. Y'all don't know nothing. Me and Eddie know what pine looks like, and some of it looks like pine, but
He says it smells like
I'll
cypress.
tell you what, pine and cypress do have a lot of similar grain characteristics, and they got similar density. I mean, pine's the softest of the hardwoods, and cypress is the softest of the hardwoods, and they're pretty close to the same
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
density.
You see I got the long grain too?
some of them
I
do
ain't gonna
like.
argue if you,
long grain. Yeah, you can really see it once it's
you
straight
can
back.
smell the pines. I know that. You can smell pine when it's sand.
All right, so we're gonna replace some boards, just the ones that are in bad shape.
Where there's no boards at all.
Yeah, I mean this here's got to be redone, and then over here they had taken it out and done a tile floor for their bathroom, so we got to do all that. So now we got to source some cypress,
But John has a
but
guy.
John has a guy.
Gotta have a guy.
Yeah, so we're gonna get
We
some.
got a guy who has a guy.
We were talking about insulation yesterday. And we forget that a lot of you who are with us here are not with us on Instagram. We've talked about insulation on Instagram 5,000 times. I think I even have a highlight about insulation. But a lot of you ask, what about the insulation? Why aren't you putting insulation in the walls? Why would you not put insulation in the walls? So we're going to talk about it. In a historic home, whether the historic home be wood siding or brick, you do not insulate the walls. Why? I know, especially for those of you who are in the north, that's going to blow your flipping minds. For one thing, down here in the south, it is 1,000,000 degrees. We get very, very few cold days down here in the south. But the biggest threat to your historic structure, because all of your framing is going to be this great, dense, old wood. So this is heart pine. We've got cypress in other parts of the house. Right now, as this sits, it's pretty impervious to insects. It's too hard. It's too dense for them to get into. But if it gets wet, that wet will not only rot the wood, but it makes it soft where the insects can get to it. So what you don't want is you don't want your substructure, your structure in your house, to get wet. What happens if you insulate these walls? This cladding on the exterior, the air is so damp, it's so wet, it's so humid, that we have a vapor exchange. The air gets in here and it carries the water with it that's in the humidity that's in the air. It's got to be able to leave again. If there's an open cavity here, drywall, open cavity, cladding, that moisture can go right back out again. When the air outside is dry, it'll draw right back out again. You put any kind of insulation in here, batting, cellulose is awful, spray foam is the worst. It's gonna trap that moisture, it's gonna trap it up against your wooden frame, and you're gonna start to get rot. Then you're gonna start to get insects, and in a few years, your building is gonna rot and fall down. That's all there is to it. The UK just did a huge article. I'll see if I can link it for you. I'll see if I can find it. We can put a link to it about spray foam is destroying historic structures, because they're going to give you all of this sales pitch about spray foam and how great it is and how it insulates your home. And it does insulate your home, but it will rot your structure from the inside. So we leave the air pocket in the walls to allow for that vapor exchange. The same thing happens with brick. I'm going to tell you, same thing happens with brick, but instead of it coming through actual cracks in the cladding, it goes in through your lime mortar. We talk all the time about how there's a moisture exchange in that lime mortar. Well, the moisture gets into the wall and you got to let it get back out again. You don't want it sitting in your wall, sitting up against your structure, rotting your wood, making it wet. Now, so what do? We want to insulate our houses. We want to make sure we're comfortable in the summer and in the winter. First of all, we do insulate right around our windows. All around our windows, we will stuff every little nook and crack and cranny all around these windows, probably with rock wool. Then we're going to super insulate our ceiling. Very heavy. We're going to use 30 to 60 R value. R value, the R in R is resistance. Stands for resistance, mostly resistance to heat. Sounds of progress. We want 30 to 60 in our ceiling and 13 to 29 in our floor. Why? Because heat rises, cool drops. So most of your air loss is going up and down. It's not going out. Only about 15% of your energy loss in your house is through your historic windows. We can talk about why you shouldn't get rid of your single pane historic windows another day. That's another salesman's pitch lie that we hear in historic homes, but we will not be insulating the walls in Hope Farm, and that is the correct application for a historic structure.
Now, you told them the R values that we're using, but you didn't tell them the zones.
Oh, we're right. I mean, we're on the line between zone 2 and 3 for insulation. We'll put up a map for you too. We'll show you a map. If you're in a different zone, you're going to need to use a different R value. And if you are we are giving a lot of advice for southern climates. We're in the south, we work in the south. I couldn't tell you how to insulate a house in the north. I know that for the most part, insulation in your walls is still going to be really tricky up north. We do not wrap our foundations. We don't seal our foundations. We don't encapsulate our foundations because it'll rot our foundations and they'll fall down. But you can do things like that up in higher numbered zones that we are never going to experience. So research your zone, learn what is right for the zone that you're in, take the advice of the experts. Look, now there's two faces with
There's
voices.
two of us. So, one of the things that they do say is, okay, you're not insulating your walls. You really need to suck it up, not insulate your walls, and overbuild your HVAC, and that's
Yes.
what we're doing. So we've got right at 2,400 square feet in this main house, which is on the cusp of a 4-ton unit. We've actually got 2 4-ton units sitting out here that were here and are salvageable, and so we're going to use both of those in the main house.
Yeah.
So we will have more than enough air. And then we talked yesterday about the
hardwiring and a
dehumidifier.
dehumidifier. A lot of you commented like, yeah, I run a dehumidifier all the time. You're talking about a portable roll-it-around dehumidifier.
And we do that in Arkansas.
Which we have that in Arkansas. But you can get a dehumidifier that actually is hardwired in with your system in the attic or in the basement. Here, we're going to be doing our HVAC in the attic because hot air rises, cool air drops. It's the better way to do it in the South. So it'll be hardwired in with our system. So we're going to look into that.
Yeah. Now, we haven't talked to our guy yet about that.
We got to call Dustin and see
Yeah,
what he
I
says.
hope this may be a surprise to him.
Surprise, Dustin!
But yeah, so anyway, we're going to try to do that. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Fingers
Insulation, HVAC. Here we go.
This is why we don't do it the way you think that it should be done.
Yes.
Are you headed to Natchez for one of our many year-round festivals? Balloon races, music events, Christmas tree lighting, parades, historic home tours, historic cemetery tours. Natchez, Mississippi has so much to offer year-round, but we know when you get here, you're going to be looking for an absolute charming place to stay. And that's where we think at Absolute Charm Vacation Rentals, we have just the place for you. Anything from a beautiful, charming southern front porch overlooking the majestic Mississippi River, perfect for sunsets, sunrises, to an intimate, cozy cottage with a private hot tub, pet-friendly places, family-friendly places, and girlfriend, get-out-of-town, getaway places. We have it all at Absolute Charm Vacation Rentals. So we invite you to go to our site, absolutecharm.com/Natchez, and we look forward to seeing you in Natchez, Mississippi real soon.
Baby. Hi, baby. Hi, baby.
Oh no, I got itchy.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Is her a good girl?
She's a very good girl.
Yes, she is.
This is Eddie, Big Eddie's dog, Baby.
Her name's
One of his
Baby.
dogs. He's also got Great Danes and cats, all kinds of things.
Her comes to work with Daddy.
Yeah.
Somebody was complaining about the animal content on the channel. I feel like I need you to understand. First of all, these vlogs are just like day in the life. If it's happening to us, you're watching it happen. These aren't highly scripted. These aren't planned. It's just what's going on in our day. And we love animals. We love animals. We love animals as much as we love old houses. So you're probably going to get equal parts information about the old house and seeing our animals. We don't apologize. You just need to know that's how it's going to happen around
Yeah.
here.
And we've got kittens for the first time ever.
Yes. And so
So
we're sharing our kitten journey with you. Enjoy it or not. Fast forward if you don't like it.
there you go.
And on the other side of the room, taking out a window. Just throw it out the window. You can't do it?
It's too clean out there.
What's too clean in here? Okay, I gotta help now.
All right, there's the whole window frame, everything out. And you can see how bad the sill is. This is
Look
not
at this.
fire related. This is
Look at that.
the way
This
it
is
was
why
going.
you do not want to let moisture, like we were just talking about with the insulation and how moisture is the #1 enemy of historic homes. This is nothing but years and years and years of moisture getting in
Yeah.
to this seal. So this seal, you can tell from the measurement, this sill plate started out as a 4x4 square. And this is exactly how much is left of it. I don't know how that window was still hanging there. I guess it was just nailed into the cripple studs, and
Yeah.
therefore it hadn't fallen out,
It's hanging.
right?
It was into the side studs too, but
I mean,
the
this
bottom
was
was
serving no purpose whatsoever.
no.
So we're gonna rebuild this whole dude. And I'm glad I made Kevin take it out now. We were like, are we gonna take it out? I don't know. Should we take it out? I don't know. Obviously, it's a good thing we took it out.
Yeah, stool and the sill need to be replaced. Other than that, though,
It's in good shape. other
we've
than that.
got several good pieces. All the trim, well, the trim burned,
Trim's gone.
so
But the
we needed to
casing's
replace
good.
the trim anyway.
I checked the strip.
Yeah.
1,000 years worth of paint on
Casing's
it.
good. Weight pockets are still there. We got our 4 weights. So, well, it's not going to be easy, but we're going to put it back together.
It would be. Look, this is one of those situations. I'm gonna be honest. It would be easier to build a new one. It would be easier to build a new one. But then we've lost a 200-year-old piece of history that's been with this house since 1820, when this part of the house was added on,
Yeah.
and that's
And
irreplaceable.
we say all the time, too, that it's, 65% built or whatever it is, And I mean, that's what this is. I mean, all this wood is good.
Yep.
So that's 65% of it at
Can't
least,
get this
not
quality
more.
again. There's no
Right,
look at
right.
the grain. Look how tight the grain
Right.
is.
And the other thing about your historic woods is they are more resilient. Resilient, is that the right word?
Resistant?
Resistant for insects, because they're such a dense, hard wood, because they are slow growth, because they are not
Yes.
always just a yellow pine.
Square nails up there.
Yeah. So it's good to keep that for that reason, not just the fact that it's been here 250 years. Anything?
What kind of treasure did you find?
Well, it kind of
Look at
looks
that.
like a crawdad.
Yeah.
But that's some wiring that's looks really rough.
Show them that knob and tube wiring. Show them why that's a problem. That in your left hand.
Show them why the knob and tube is a problem.
It's covered in fabric. See that? That's all cloth that wraps. The wire's gone, but that would wrap the wire. Is there a wire in there still?
No,
Can't
I
tell.
don't think so.
So you
Well,
get
maybe.
you get a little
No.
rat that chews through that.
No, I don't think so.
Is that not a wire?
No, it's
Part of the cloth.
part of the. I
Get
don't
a-
know.
get a
Maybe
little-
maybe it melted to the side.
Little critter that chews through that cloth into your live wire. What does that equal, Kevin?
Fire.
Fire!
So we got some things done today.
We did some things that got
and
done.
Discovered some
We
things.
discovered some things. We petted some dogs.
And we petted some dogs and played ball with some dogs.
Yeah.
And now we're going to edit some videos.
Yes. And take
So,
a shower.
There you go.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.